Hi everyone, it's Holly Marie King, and we are back with Irae, Amentes. All I remember from what we have been doing, because it's been since January since I recorded a video, is that there's a killer. I think they're removing heads. Are they removing heads? I know there's a guillotine and some people coming into town. There's a lot of random stuff happening. I have to say, I was pretty excited when I started this. I'm losing the excitement, but I really want to finish it because I want to know what happens at the end. But I'm confused and it's hard following the story. I mean, what was the point of him fighting his friend at the beginning and then his friend just disappears? Does his friend show up at some point? What was the point at the very, very beginning where there was a freaking, I think it was like a German battle or something from the past. Like, there's so many things that I'm like, well, what was the point of some of this? A curiosity. Anyway, I'm rambling, but I just wanted to say I want to know what happens, but I'm not enjoying the story. I like some of the I like a character. Yeah, that's about it. This was the only church in town. I didn't really know its official name, but Himuro lived here. Think Ray's home? Ray. She's my favorite character. I'd guess so. She said she was expecting a guest and had to go home early. Father Trifa, are you a relative of Himuro's? Oh, yeah, this guy. We're not quite that close, but I know her. Teresia, that is. Quite well. For about 10 years now, I believe. Teresia? What's that? Hearing the unfamiliar name prompted both me and Kasumi to tilt our heads in confusion. Oh, pardon me. That is her Christian name. The name means gift from God. As her birth was a miracle in and of itself to many, including myself, she was given that name as our show of gratitude. Which means that you're Ray's godfather? Indeed I am. She might consider that a great nuisance, however. I don't think that's true, but in that case, her current name is it was changed to sound more Japanese at a convenience. I see. Hey, don't you think we picked up on quite a nugget of information? Something wrong? I'm fine. Something felt a bit off. Looking at the face, he seemed to be in his early 30s at most. Would he really have become Himuro's godfather? He had to be no more than a child at the time. But this place makes the memories come flooding back. Me and Lisa, the nun at this church, looked after Teresia together. She's quite a tomboy. And before she learned to walk, she was the kind of girl who would go off somewhere the moment you took your eyes off her, even for a second. We would desperately search for her, only to find her sleeping peacefully under the statue of Mary. Quite the little handful she was. Is that right? I'm having a hard time picturing it. Oh, that must mean Teresia has grown up to be a fine young lady. What do you think, Mr. Fuji? Kasumi and the priest continued talking cheerfully, not paying the slightest attention to my puzzled look. Oh my, do not tell me she's fallen off the path and becoming a bad girl. No, not at all. You there, stop making Father Trifa worry. I got scolded. Well, he did look like a worrywart. In that sense, maybe he was older than he looked. Foreigners' ages were hard to tell from a glance anyway. He's still stuck on this. She's a bit of an oddball, but a good girl. She's interesting. Well, she's got quite the devoted fan base from what I've heard. Really? Really. I sincerely hoped Kasumi realized that acting surprised only made it sound like a lie. For now, she looks like she's popular in her own right, I guess. So, you have nothing to worry about, or rather, worrying would be pretty pointless. Is that right? It brings me great relief to hear that. It is embarrassing, but I do consider her a daughter of sorts, you see. I believed from the bottom of my heart that she would grow up to become a beauty, but she has become popular then? Such a joy to hear. Well, she is indeed famous. Famous, yeah, as the quarter German, 3/4 Japanese girl with a few screws loose who lived in a church. Though even the most moderate of people would have agreed that she was qualified as a beauty. She could probably receive the title of the true Miss Suki no Sawa on that aspect alone. Right, public Miss Suki no Sawa? Huh? According to the results of the popularity contest carried out each year by the boys of the school, this girl was the public Miss Suki no Sawa, while Himuro was the secret one. Personally, I thought they all needed glasses, but none of that really mattered now. Anyway, we've made it this far, so let's not get caught up chatting and head on in. After all, you want to see your beloved Teresia as soon as possible, right, Father Trifa? Yes, of course. As a little girl, she cried heart-trending tears when I left her here. I wept as well, but Lisa eventually kicked me out, all for the reason that my eyes looked somewhat dangerous. The pinnacle of rudeness, would you not agree? Really now, what in the world does that woman believe I am? Who would have thought that she would transfer me to the frontier of Mexico for over a decade? But mark my words, now that I have returned, she will no longer have it her way. I will henceforth take responsibility. And take a bath with Teresia? You were thinking something along those lines, were you not? But of course, wait. A female voice interrupted Father Trifa out of nowhere, prompting the priest to completely freeze up. Welcome back, Father Valeria. Your ability to fabricate pleasant tales has not waned over the years, I see. It was quite entertaining. Oh, whatever is the matter, Father Valeria? Your face is looking quite pale, you know. I could give you some medicine if you'd like. I am quite alright. No, I mean it. And, this is an awkward question, but exactly how much of a conversation did you overhear? Good question. I think it started with the Lisa eventually kicked me out part. Good heavens. Could you refrain from spouting such scandalous nonsense? I was simply concerned about Rhea's safety, that's all. Sister Lisa approached the pale, shrinking Father Trifa with a wide grin. It definitely looked like she was enjoying this. Hey, you sure Sister Lisa was always like this? This is probably her true self. Himuro said she was resting, but Sister Lisa came off lively if anything, and her F-cups were more than I ever could have imagined. I am ever so sorry, Father Valeria, but kindly refrain from taking a bath with Rhea, would you? Just as you said, she's a lady now. And while we're at the topic, I didn't cry or anything. The only one crying was this man when I refused his offer to take a bath with him. You cannot be serious, Teresia. Hold on a second. So in other words, the reason this guy was kicked out was because Himuro refused to let him take a bath with her for the first time in her life? Ah, I see. You hear about this kind of thing a lot, huh? My condolences. Girls grow up so fast, don't they, Father Valeria? That said, stop doing embarrassing things and hurry up inside, Fuji. Ayase, will you join us? Can we? Of course. It's the least we could do for having you take care of our troubling guest. We could make dinner for you, too. What should we do, Ren? We don't really have a reason to refuse, but no. How is no one able to understand the purity of a man's heart? Mr. Fuji, you understand me, do you not? The sheer pain of having the girl who once promised to become your bride suddenly turn her back on you. No, can't say I've ever thought of taking a bath with my daughter before. Besides, it wasn't like I even had a daughter to begin with, or a wife. Oh, such ignorance, such a sin! Oh, Lord, forgive this poor boy. He merely fails to see light. No need to hold back. Punch him if you like. He's fond of turning the other cheek, you know. That wasn't really it. More like, had it not been for the recent serial killings, he would have been treated much better. I wouldn't say we were close or anything, but I could sense a kind of natural virtue from him. Something like I needed glasses too. I couldn't help feeling somewhat depressed by this sudden revelation. And so, after we took them up on their offer for dinner and stayed around to chat once we'd finished eating. Wow, I didn't realize it's gotten this late. I suddenly realized that it was just before 9. It was particularly late for me, but it probably was for the church. Should we get going then? Leaving already? You're welcome to stay longer. It would be presumptuous of us to overstay our welcome, and with Father Trifa like this, likely due to some prior misfortune or other, Father Trifa gulped down his wine and was now passed out in a heap. Such a pathetic man. He's crying in his sleep, isn't he? He really never grows up, no matter how much time passes. The female brigade showed no mercy. Fuji Ayase, I apologize for everything that happened today, as he will be living here starting today. He might very well end up inconveniencing you again in the future. No, he wasn't any trouble at all. I like him. He's an interesting guy. If you're too soft on him, he'll eventually ask you to take a bath together. Yeah, I'd prefer to avoid that. Thought so. Aren't you glad, Fuji? I wasn't really sure what she meant by glad, but I decided to nonchalantly change the subject. But why did Father Trifa come back here? I'm pretty sure he mentioned being transferred to the frontier of Mexico. For several reasons, really. It's been dangerous around these parts recently, honestly. I felt scared with just the two of us living together, so... I see. Amaro and Sister Lisa both witnessed the body of the first victim directly. No matter how stout-hearted, or rather disconnected they may have been, it was only natural to be scared of by something like that. This might sound sacrilegious, but just because they lived in a church didn't mean that God would protect them. I figured even a man like him might prove useful if he was here. She's got some legs showing. That's an interesting outfit. But he doesn't seem very reliable as a bodyguard, does he? Then will you stay here and protect us? Oh, there's an idea. I'd welcome you with open arms, you know. Way to put me on the spot. What's with that look? I could ask you the same thing. Seriously, what was up with that really dirty look? Sister Lisa chuckled to herself as she watched Kasumi and I exchange a silent glare. I'm sorry. It was just a joke. Don't take it seriously. Besides, aren't you already Ayase's personal bodyguard, Fuji? What? No, not really. My, you don't have to get all embarrassed about it. Ugh, I wasn't embarrassed, though. Come on, say something. It looks suspicious. Suspicious? Okay, I'm already tired of watching this, so take it somewhere else. Fuji... She's a simple one, so don't tease her. Simple? Do you think I'm an idiot or something? I'm sure it's just your imagination. You're just short-tempered, that's all. Having a sigh, I looked at Father Trifa. Unlike everyone else, he was flat out on the floor. It'll be real hard for you to carry this guy to his room in this state, won't it? I'll take care of it, so please tell me where his room is. Oh, you do that. Thank you. That'd be a big help. I don't mind. Sorry, Kasumi. But could you go on ahead? Yeah, sure. And we'll be waiting at the chapel. The girls then left the room. After seeing them off, I proceeded to carry the drunk Father Trifa on my back. Up we go. Oh, he was a lot heavier than I thought. He may have been thin, but it seemed like his height corresponded to his weight. This would have really been hard for Himuro and Sister Lisa. Jeez, the hell is a holy man doing getting this drunk? I decided not to think about it. What would happen if he threw up on me or something? As I voiced a few grumbles with him on my back, Sister Lisa opened the door for me. His room is this way, follow me. But man, no matter how many times I visited this place, I never ceased to be amazed by just how huge of a church it was. Thank you so much. You're a lifesaver. I took a breath after climbing a staircase at the end of the long hall up to the 3rd floor, and then tossed Father Trifa into his room. Whew, talk about hard labor. They'd probably change him out of his clothes, but I was in no mood to stay and watch that, instead deciding to make a hasty exit. Besides, Kasumi and Himuro must have grown tired of waiting for me by now. Mr. Fuji... I have a feeling I can get along with you just fine. I implore you, please, come and visit again, will you? What? Father Valeria, you're already awake. Oh, but of course. You know I saw her up quickly, don't you? Do you not? You're still not convincing me. I'd say you need some more rest. If it ever looks like you're not in an obedient mood, I'll tie you to the bed. Are we clear? Father Trifa's alcohol-infused face went white as a wax model in the blink of an eye. Now, be a good boy and go to sleep. Shall I sing you a lullaby? No, Please, anything but that. Wait, Mr. Fuji, do not just stand there. Please help me. I'm so sorry, Fuji. Could you please wait just a little while longer? Merciful God, why have you forsaken me? Sister Lisa took Father Trifa back to his room as the latter let out a scream like he was being dragged to the depths of hell. I found it hard to keep up with him, so I just stood there slack-jawed for a while. Eventually, Sister Lisa came back out. Sorry to keep you waiting, Fuji. I swear that man simply hasn't changed at all. Ever the troublemaker. Right. Despite what she had just said, Sister Lisa didn't look bothered at all. Rather, she felt like a mother dealing with a problem child. Have you known Father Trifa for long? Why, yes. He's one of my oldest friends. He may be a bit of a handful, but he has his good qualities. Sister Lisa Brenner, produced a warm smile to Himuro. She was like a friend, a sister, and a mother all in one. I was apparently not what you'd call a sociable guy, but this woman was an exception. Seeing her smile alone, resembling that of the Virgin Mary, helped me cheer up. Thinking about how Father Trifa was paralyzed by the exact same smile, I couldn't help but feel pity for him. Well, I guess he doesn't look like a bad guy from my angle. I know Himuro said all those things about him, but deep down, she likes him too, doesn't she? True, she's a very shy person, so I'm sure she's just embarrassed. Oh, speaking of which, Sister Lisa beckoned me with a smile. What was she up to? It'll be her birthday soon. That's the reason I called Valeria back here. Oh, really? Her birthday? I didn't know that. Huh. When is it? December 25th, on Christmas. Make sure to keep it in your mind, okay? Got it. But wow, to think she was born on that day, huh? A girl born on Christmas living in a church. God must have been really looking after her. And again, maybe he retracted that kindness after hearing her say she'd graciously punched Jesus. It'd make me happy if you could all celebrate it together. Sure thing. I'll let Kasumi know, too. You will? Thank you, Fuji. She then tugged on my sleeve, making me realize she was almost as tall as me. Bringing her face close to mine, Wait, hold on. Did she just... I was simply expressing my gratitude. Don't think too deeply on it. Okay. I scratched my still wet cheek. Well, that did leave me a bit surprised, but then I'll leave it at that. Looks like Irae and Ayase have something to worry about now. She might have said that with a wry smile, but I was still quite happy about Sister Lisa's frank expression of thanks, and I wasn't as blind to what was going on around me as she might have thought. I was just not very expressive with my emotions. Anyway, I'll be going now. Okay, would you like me to escort you downstairs? No, thank you. You put me in a good enough mood already. Oh my. It was quite an out-of-character line for me to drop, but I said stupid things because I happened to recall something stupid. Though, that said, it doesn't look like Sister Lisa was all that disappointed, judging from her reaction. As usual, I can't really tell if you're hard-headed or flexible. Assuming she meant that as a compliment. Alright. I'm gonna leave this here. Maybe it is getting better. I just remember being tired of reading it, but this was a fun one. It's kind of funny. But yeah, anyway, I will continue to read this. It will be posted on a Monday. I wish I could say every Monday, but I don't know. But it will be a Monday when it's posted. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you know someone who'd be interested in this type of content, please share it. If you are interested in this type of content as well, please subscribe, and every little bit helps. But yeah, hopefully I will see you guys next time. Bye.